What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's Akephalos here, and today welcome back to another series. Welcome back to another episode of our Legends of Runeterra GAR Guides, Animations, and Review series. But today we'll be taking a look at a very special deck that I crafted myself. I took some inspirations from one of my best mates in Reddit. He should be credited. Not my best mates. I just met him the other day, so he's a Redditor, and he should be credited on your screen right now. And his link is and the link to the post is as well in the description below. Alright, so today we'll be taking a look at a deck called it's actually it's how to get 2 billion attack power on the champion. There's no specific name for the deck, but basically the title of this video describes itself to you, how to get 2 billion attack power on the champion. So yeah, it's gonna be fun, and I hope you're gonna enjoy this. But before we get into this video, I hope you can leave a like on this video, as well as hit that big red subscribe button down below, because it really helps me out a lot. And yeah, I just hope that you're able to learn something here, and hopefully have fun with this deck. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. Okay guys, so here we are. We're gonna quickly just create a new deck. Now before we get into the actual essence of this video, I must admit that I say any champ, but actually what this applies to in terms of any means any champ from the regions of Piltover and Zaun or Demacia. That's because there are in fact a couple of cards that are key to having this work, and they should be on your screen right now. In fact, I'll go over them. The first one would be J Medarda. He's a level, I believe he's a 4 mana card. So yeah, J Medarda, Redoubled Valor, of course, and definitely counterfeit copies. So the other cards that are secondary to this that might work is Progress Day, as well as this Rummage card right here. So yeah, that is really dependent. Alright, so anyways, in terms of the nitty-gritty, in terms of deck building, now I decided to put in a Poro Cannon just for the sake of it, because I was thinking of like, how do I get enough cards to discard for Rummage if, let's say, I reach a point where okay, I have a hand where all the cards are vital, so I thought maybe creating 2 Poros that I won't use that might help. That's basically why I went with the Poro Cannon there. And also you might have noticed that I put in quite a couple of key cards here, like Dawn Speakers, and I believe I threw in a Laurent Bladekeeper in there too. That's because those 2 cards are basically going to be key to building up J Medarda, who's going to be the main card that's you're going to level up to 2 billion before you transfer it to a champion via that specific card there. As you can see, give it all. So yeah, I'm using the new KDA card here. I believe that's the only way I can see it working efficiently for me, at least. So yeah, feel free to experiment. But don't be too disheartened if you don't have the KDA card yet. You should be able to get it real soon when the event ends. So anyway, I'm playing against a friend here. He's a very good friend of mine. His name is ALI3N4TION. He's actually a new player. So I told my buddy that okay, you know what, I want to test the deck for a video, and he's like, okay, sure. So he doesn't know that what's in store for him yet. So yeah, that's basically why I've decided to go with him. He's a very cool guy, so I appreciate you. I know you're watching this out there, buddy, and I really appreciate you for taking the time to sit through my nonsense right here. So anyway, I went for a champion. I went for Garen. A little bit of an emote banter there between the 2 of us. For champion, I went for Garen. No specific reason, honestly. You could do this with any champion from Piltover and Zaun or Demacia, as I said earlier. I just went for Garen because that's basically one of the more iconic champs. Garen. That's probably one of the more iconic and more recognizable champs, Garen, and easy to level up too. So you can see we went for the Progress Day there. While I watch this video right here of how things unfold, I'm just going to tell you basically what you're supposed to do with this deck. So the idea is that to draw Progress Day, and when you get Progress Day, what you're going to do is you want to use Progress Day, and hopefully from that amount of cards that you draw, you're going to get a 0 cost of counterfeit copies, as I got over there. Hopefully you get a reduced cost of Redoubled Valor as well. So basically what you want to do is to use hopefully you get another counterfeit copy, and to copy that a 0 cost counterfeit copy into your deck. So but that's it. So hopefully that well throws in more zero, throws in the zero counterfeit copies inside there, and hopefully you draw another progress day, and you can well draw out more counterfeit copies, and hopefully from that pool you get a reduced cost with double valor, and maybe another reduced cost progress day. So yeah, it's a bit confusing right now, but if you try to slow down the video and just try to slowly process, I'm sure you'll understand what it is about. So yeah, this deck heavily relies on getting a good hand, and yeah, trying to mulligan away or more unnecessary cards. As you can see here, both of us are actually kind of shit because yeah, I'm a casual player, he's a casual player too. But yeah, this deck isn't really meant for competitive. It isn't meant for actually any sort of serious PvP, like even normals. Really, it's mainly a deck I created just to just to cheese your friends a bit, just to have some fun with them, just meme them a bit. And yeah, as you can see, both of us aren't really taking the game too seriously. And the idea here is to get lots of dance speakers onto your board. And when you get your J Medarda, what you're gonna do is you're gonna throw J Medarda in, and your dance speakers are gonna just buff J Medarda up constantly. And yeah, I discarded elusive there and using rummage, and we actually drew another counterfeit copy. So yeah, it's looking promising, but I was yet to get J Medarda. But again, this deck really centers around J Medarda. So when you get a lot of counterfeit copies, zero cost counterfeit copies, and hopefully you get a lot of reduced cost with double valors as well. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna spam with double valors on J Medarda, and that essentially means that because J Medarda is a unique keyword for him. Well, not keyword. Mechanic is that if he gets targeted and survive, he actually draws more cards. So basically, what you're gonna do is you're gonna spam with double valor, and he's gonna keep drawing, hopefully more and more redoubled valors for you. And essentially what that means is that yeah, those redoubled valors are gonna constantly get more, well, gonna draw out more redoubled valors, and you're just gonna constantly double up his power and double up, and essentially you'll reach a point where yeah, he's gonna be too fed. I say too fat, I meant like he's gonna be too gonna have lots of an insane amount of attack power. And basically what you're gonna do from there is you're just gonna gonna use your give it all. As you can see, I drew there, you give it all, and that's gonna hope if you've done it right, it's gonna transfer all that power to the champion of your choosing along with any keywords. So yeah, it's gonna be super fun. And like I said, this is a meme deck. It's mainly meant to cheese your friends a bit. So it's not really a deck that you should take into competitive. If you want to try to take into competitive, definitely go ahead. But I don't recommend it unless you know what you're doing, or maybe you could make some amendments. As usual, the deck code is in the description below. And yeah, it takes a lot of time to execute this. And yeah, my friend was well, fortunately lucky enough to see it through. As you can see, he was trying to feed his Tryndamere there, and he eventually, I believe, he nearly got me there. So yeah, as you can see, I cast Unyielding Spirit, and as well an elusive on J Medarda. So that basically means he still draws a card, given that's considered a targeting spell. So yeah, that's basically the game plan, honestly. And yeah, and one thing to note is that this deck is not gonna work too well against cards. Well, I say sorry, not cards. It's not gonna work too well against decks, against the Shadow Isles decks, or Ionia decks, or Noxus decks. Actually, Noxus decks might might be, yeah, it might work against Noxus decks. I'm not too sure, but Shadow Isles and Ionia is definitely a no-go. It's definitely a no-go because we all know how Shadow Isles has Vengeance and Ruination, and yeah, that could be a possible danger here. And for Ionia, there's lots of recalls, and yeah, recalls are going to be the main downfall for this. And oh yeah, Bilgewater might be a problem too, and possibly Targon, given there's the Obliterate mechanic. So yeah, it's a very niche deck, I would say, and it's, again, it's basically meant to cheese friends. So yeah, as you can see, he nearly got us there through the through the Tryndamere Overwhelm. But essentially, he caught on to what I was trying to do. So it was around here the play started to pick up a bit, as he knew, like, okay, this guy, like, he's going for something. So yeah, he basically knew that this is leading somewhere. So yeah, as you can see here, we go for We just try to stall out the turns a bit. We survive on the 1 health, and you can see that later on. Yeah, he catches on and he really lets us go ham, and you can see here. We're gonna start to play more with double valors. I probably shouldn't have played that progress day there. That was a mistake. I probably should have counterfeited more reduced cost progress days. Yeah, that was probably a mistake, but I don't know. It seemed to work here for a second because, as you can see, he caught on. He caught on really. He actually could have gotten a win here, but he actually caught on. Like, okay, I'm going for something here. Like, he noticed that the power gets doubled, and so yeah, he just let me do what I want at this point. So again, it's not really practical in terms of competitive or casual PvP. Again, it's mainly for cheesing your friends. So yeah, at this point, really, it's just a matter of spamming with double valors on J. And the funny thing is that he actually helped me there with casting Lux's final spark. I don't know what's his spell called on my J, and essentially he gets he's targeted and he survives because of unyielding spirits. So yeah, he gets more and more OP. So yeah, you're gonna be spamming lots of the double valors here, and as I said, the game plan really is to just try to, you know, try to get a couple of zero cost counterfeit copies, and from there just try to use those zero cost counterfeit copies and copy your low cost redoubled valors, and just repopulate it into your deck, essentially creating an endless cycle. So with each turn, as you draw more and more cards, so basically what you'll do is you'll just constantly you'll have enough of redoubled valors to just double up J Medarda's power. So this is where Seraphine's card will come in, and later on you'll see. But for now, basically, what I'm doing is I'm just repopulating my deck with a couple of zero cost counterfeit copies, as well as reduced cost redoubled valors, as well as casting off some of my more expensive redoubled valors. So I have a hand essentially of more cheaper redoubled valors. And as you can see here, I discard a lot of my more expensive 6 mana redoublers. We're just gonna call it redoublers right now. It's really taxing to constantly call it redoubled valors. So yeah, we're gonna call it redoublers. So yeah, you're gonna try to get rid of all your redoublers right here. And basically, my friend is just teasing at this point. He knows there's really no way back with a 6 cost Garen and 8 cost Dawnbringer there. So it's really game over at this point. It's just really just cheating, just stalling out the game a bit. He actually contacted me through the phone. He actually gave me a call, and he's like, "Dude, what the fuck are you doing?" So I'm like, "You'll see in a second." He's a real life friend, by the way. So yeah, I called him over for a game of lore. I just told him that, "Hey, buddy, you want to come for a game of lore? I have something on a try." I didn't tell him that it was this. So yeah, and he said, "All right, sure, whatever." We are all in the quarantine, so yeah, he's like, "Okay, sure, why not?" So yeah, as you can see here, we're very much approaching the end. Well, perhaps still a long way off, maybe 3 or 5 minutes or so. So yeah, we just constantly redouble valor on J Medarda here, and he's like, "Okay, you know what? At this point, I've given up life. Let's just see the end of it. Let's just see what type of bullshit concoction that you're trying to cook up here." So yeah, it was kind of fun. It was kind of fun to do. And again, this doesn't necessarily work. This doesn't necessarily work all the time, and definitely, like, yeah, if it's really dependent on your starting hand, and it could work theoretically with any champion. I just decided to go with Garen. I believe Jinx, which the original deck creator, the guy on Reddit, one of my mates. So yeah, he actually used Jinx in that, and he actually had much success with Jinx. And I believe Jinx would be a good option too if you can get a fully discarded hand. If you mess around and rummage well. I'm not very good with the rummages, so yeah, I just decided to go ham with the redoublers. So this was what worked for me. And yeah, it actually was kind of cool if you ask me. So yeah, it could work with any champion, but I don't see it. I don't see why you would do so with any champion from those two regions, Demacia, Piltover and Zaun. I mean, Like it could work on, well, it I don't see why would you want to do this against a Fiora, or against against the definitely not for a Fiora. Fiora basically wins the game when she kills 4 enemies, so I don't see the point of doing this on Fiora. Maybe a Lucian might be good. Yeah, because it might it might have the synergy with getting the deaths from from your allies dying, and hopefully yeah, you can get your Lucian up real quick. So yeah, it might work well with Lucian, definitely not Fiora. I don't know about Lux. I don't know about Shyvana might work. Shyvana because yeah, she needs to damage, like she needs to have see dragons do 15 damage. So yeah, Shyvana might work. In terms of Piltover and Zaun, I don't know. Jinx might be good because quick attack. Vi might be good as well because yeah, she has tough and she has a challenge. She has a strike, and as you can see here, we go with the give it all on the Seraphine. It was a very early give it all. I was worried that I might get an overflow here, but actually no. Oddly the card didn't overflow, so it was a bit weird for me. So yeah, I used that KDA Seraphine card. For those of you who don't have the KDA Seraphine card, do not worry. You could, the good thing is that after the KDA event is over, you could craft the KDA Seraphine card. So if you want to give this a go, definitely give this a go. You only need 1, by the way, because it's essentially just granting it on the champion that you want, and from there you're just going to constantly double valor the champion. They're not going to bother about J Medarda from there on out. So yeah, J Medarda is basically like the stepping stone, you know, and to get the card, the intended card, the champion, to well up to the attack power and the health you want. I could also see this deck failing against if your enemy runs a Piltover and Zaun deck too, especially if he has the what was it, the clone, the transform, you know the unit which transforms into one of your followers. So yeah, that unit might be a bit of a hindrance actually. So I don't know. You have to experiment with this really. It's very very reliant on experimentation. And I believe we're approaching the end of this video here too. He only has 1 card left. So yeah, it's basically a fun deck. And yeah, as you can see here, by this point, Garen didn't really overflow as I expected to. As we cast more double valors, he didn't really overflow as I expected. And actually was expecting Garen to turn negative there. But yeah, it's fine. We still got the win. And yeah, it's basically game over right now with a 2 billion attack power squad. So pretty much that's that. Okay guys, that is it for today's episode. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I really hope you learned something. So hopefully you could maybe try to use this deck that I took inspiration from again someone from Reddit. He's credited, should be on your screen. He should be credited on your screen again right now, as well as down below in the description. Feel free to check out his original post to see what it was actually about, as well as, so yeah, hopefully my variation also taught you something, and hopefully you had fun. Just seeing me yeah, how seeing me show you how not to be a good friend. So yeah, all jokes aside though, he's fine with me. He's okay. I'm not. He knows I wasn't trying to be a dick. It was just like just a bit of you know, fun between 2 buddies. So anyway, yeah, that's basically that on this video. So I really hope you liked it. I really hope you enjoyed it. So if you have, please be sure to leave a like on this video, as well as hit that big red subscribe button down below. It really helps me out a lot, as well as turn on your notifications, because when December runs around, I'm going to be doing a compilation of all the new animations of the 4 new champions that I'm very sure are going to come. So yeah, I'll be doing that, an animation compilation. And if you haven't checked out the first 2, be sure to check them out. I believe it should be on your screen right now as well. So yeah, feel free to check them out. And yeah, this is Akephalos signing off. And oh, before I go, I also make other videos here, not only Legends of Runeterra. I'm not sure if you might be interested in him, but I make other videos of single player games, stuff like Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto, Bully. So yeah, if you're into those games and you want a nostalgia trip, a short nostalgia trip, feel free to head on over to my channel, and just you know, give one of those playlists a go. Maybe just check it out and, you know, just have some fun. So yeah, basically that's that. This is Akephalos signing off, lads, and I'll probably catch you in the next one, folks. Peace.